Hey, what's up? It's just Gems, and I have an article I want to share today. I got it off Yahoo News, but apparently they quoted Fox News, an article from Fox News, and it's about a retired Navy SEAL that you see on the screen. The retired Navy SEAL was born a man, but transitioned to a woman and has now detransitioned back to a man. And I want to share the article with you because I think with the way things are going in the world now in America and what is being pushed to children, I think it's important that we look at what an adult is going through that has gone through these similar things. So the article says a retired Navy SEAL who became famous nearly 10 years ago after coming out as transgender announced he is detransitioning and called on Americans to wake up about how transgender health services are hurting children. Everything you see on CNN with my face, do not even believe a word of it, Chris Beck, formerly known as Kristen Beck, told conservative influencer Robbie Starbuck in an interview published earlier this month. Everything that happened to me for the last 10 years destroyed my life. I destroyed my life. I'm not a victim. I did this to myself, but I had help. I take full responsibility, he continued. I went on CNN and everywhere else. And that's why I'm here right now. I'm trying to correct that. Beck gained notoriety in 2013 when he spoke with CNN's Anderson Cooper about transitioning to a woman. I was used. I was very naive. I was in a really bad way and I got taken advantage of. I got propagandized. I got used badly by a lot of people who had knowledge way beyond me. They knew what they were doing. I didn't, he said during the interview. Beck served in the Navy for 20 years, including on SEAL Team 6. He was deployed 13 times and received more than 50 medals. He said he's speaking out about transgenderism to protect children in the current political climate, that there are gender clinics over all of America. There are thousands of gender clinics being put up over all America. He said, as soon as kids go in and say, I'm a tomboy, or this makes me feel comfortable, and then a psychologist says, oh, you're transgender. And then the next day you're on hormones. The same hormones they are using for medical castration for pedophiles. Now they are giving this to healthy 13-year-olds. Does this seem right? He asked. This is why I'm trying to tell America to wake up. And I'm so glad that he is speaking out. The people that are going through this stuff, they need to speak out when they realize it's wrong. They're having so many issues, and what they're doing and trying to allow kids to be able to do is wrong. And they're trying to take power away from the parents and giving more power to teachers and other people, other guardians and things like that, to allow children to be medically transitioned and this gender affirming care, giving them hormones and all of that foolishness that is actually harming some people. They're speaking out about it, and I'm glad. And this is a full-grown man, a Navy SEAL, a retired Navy SEAL. If he thought he was doing what he thought was best, and he transitioned, and now he woke up and decided it's wrong, he should have never done that, and now he's detransitioning. If this is a whole adult with worldly experience, why would we ever allow a 10-year-old, 13-year-old, 12-year-old to decide for themselves that they want to undergo treatment and get these hormones and start transitioning, trying to grow facial hair for little girls, trying to keep their breasts from growing out? Why would we allow a child to make this type of life-changing decision when adults aren't even sure about these decisions that they're making for themselves? It's crazy. It's foolishness. But let me continue with the article. Chris said, I had so much going wrong in my system when I started taking those. Some of that was paid for by the VA, and I'm sorry to the American people that I did that. So the American people are footing the bill for people to be transitioning to transitioning to the opposite sex. That's a shame. Beck said he has been off the hormones for about 7 years now. And this is his quote: "This is a $1 billion industry between psychologists, between surgeries, between hormones, between chemicals, between follow-up treatments," he continued. "There are thousands of gender clinics popping up all over our country, and each of those gender clinics is going to be pulling in probably over $50 million. So that's the end of the article. But this gender affirming care and treatment, this is a $1 billion industry. And they are trying to position it as, oh, we have to allow children to be themselves. And we got even the Obamas, we got Michelle Obama pushing forward. They brought out Gabrielle and Dwayne Wade's child and spoke to him. Michelle talked to him about these type things. And these are children. They are not capable of making these life-altering decisions. They can't even smoke a cigarette until they're 18 years old. But they can decide they don't want to grow breasts, or that they do want to grow breasts. And we can allow them to take this medication that can change their system and that can have a negative reaction, that these children are not going to understand that sometimes the body will reject these hormones or testosterone, and it can cause other problems in your system. And now it's a whole, what you thought was going to happen ain't happening. So I just wanted to kind of look at this, and I always want to highlight these stories of this detransitioning, because it's important to see how adults are even speaking out, that have made decisions as adults to become who they thought they were, and after living, they realized it was not what they wanted. It was wrong, and that they put their body through a whole lot. So if adults are having these thoughts, again, why on earth will we be allowing and even pushing for adolescents to make this decision, when scientifically they say the human brain is not developed until you're 25 years old, but we're allowing 12-year-old kids to say, hey, I'm not a girl, I'm a guy. I should be a guy. You know what I'm saying? I feel more like a tomboy. You can't just be a tomboy in a girl's body, but just like to play rough, like to hang out with the fellas, shoot a little basketball, play football, or you know what I'm saying? You can't just be one of those girls anymore. You have to decide, well, that must mean I like girls, and that must mean I'm a boy. This is foolishness, but I wanted to share it because it's important, like I said. And, I'm always going to bring topics like this when I see them, because with the climate right now, and they are pushing to take away parents' rights, to give all these so-called rights to these children, to make these type of life-altering decisions. Because what's next? If he's old enough to think that he's a girl, what makes him not mature enough to decide? He's so mature that he wants to be with a man, a grown man. So it's a slippery slope in my mind, but I wanted to share with you. Please let me know what you think in the comments. Make sure you hit the like button and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And until next time, peace.